Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a completely immersive journey right into the heart of Iraq to explore its contrasting realities. Usually when we hear about Iraq, it's purely through the lens of the evening news, which paints a very specific, often grim picture of the region. But today, we're looking way past those headlines. We're going to explore the actual, fascinating reality on the ground, basing our journey on the authentic, lived discovery of travel vlogger Yatri Doctor.
Okay, let's dive into this and look at our itinerary for this historical road trip. First, we'll explore the echoes of Babylon. Then, we'll visit the Monument of Ego. After that, we'll travel down the arteries of Iraq. And finally, we'll experience the pulse of Nasiriyah.
So, what does Iraq really look like today? It's a huge question that challenges us right out of the gate. Is it just the dangerous, war-torn nation we constantly see on our screens? This question forces us to totally set aside our media-driven preconceptions and open our minds to a completely different, everyday perspective that you honestly rarely get to see.
Section 1. The Echoes of Babylon. Just think about the staggering historical weight of this place. We're talking about the deserted city where human civilization itself took root. 4,000 years ago, Mesopotamia was literally born right here. It was the absolute hub of science, culture, and the very first laws of humanity. Fast forward to the 1980s, Saddam Hussein attempted to rebuild over it, and eventually in 2019, it became a UNESCO World Heritage Site. But the crazy part? Today there are no massive tourist lines. It's just a profound, silent emptiness.
What is truly incredible is the deep sense of awe our source traveler experienced here. Imagine walking totally alone through the ancient Ishtar Gate, running your hands along walls filled with animal carvings. You quickly realize these aren't just old bricks, they are the literal fingerprints of history. Every single brick has a story written on it. It's a living history that humbles absolutely anyone who walks through it.
Section 2. The Monument of Ego. Now, moving geographically just a bit upward from those ancient ruins, let's look at a staggering historical shift. On one side of the coin, Saddam Hussein was born into such extreme poverty that he lacked even basic shoes as a child. Yet he ultimately consolidated absolute power. And while he did use oil wealth to build roads and hospitals, he also built these massive, unbelievable luxury palaces on artificial hills, utilizing immense infrastructure and authority to assert absolute dominance.
Inside this palace, the sheer scale is breathtaking. We're talking massive 8 to 9 foot carved doors, insanely high ceilings designed for natural ventilation way before modern AC was a thing, elaborate Persian-style corridors, and this stunning 360-degree view of the Euphrates River. But today, footsteps just echo through entirely abandoned halls, and the once luxurious walls are covered in graffiti.
So the crucial point is that placing this sprawling palace right above the ancient ruins of Babylon was definitely no accident. It was a deliberate, calculated psychological symbol of power. It was designed specifically so the ruler could physically look down upon both the ancient birthplace of human civilization and the entire surrounding city.
Section 3. The Arteries of Iraq.
Now, what's really interesting to break down here is the economics of this journey. Traveling in Iraq is surprisingly accessible. A ticket to the ancient wonder of Babylon? Just $17. A shared bus down the highway is $8. A very comfortable hotel room right in the center of Nasiriyah is only $20 a night, and you can grab an incredibly fresh, healthy local falafel sandwich for less than $1. And hitting the modern-day highway heading south is an intense sensory experience. Yes, you'll encounter heavy military checkpoints, which can be pretty rigorous if you're traveling on an Indian passport like our source. But then you'll see things you totally never expect. Because fuel is cheap, powerful American Dodge Charger muscle cars are literally everywhere. The roads are packed with endless trucks transporting wheat, and at every single rest stop, there's a vibrant culture of people sitting together, drinking strong tea and smoking hookah.
But honestly, amidst the heat and the long travel days, the one thing that constantly stands out is the incredible warmth of the everyday locals. Whether it's complete strangers offering free fresh fruit and food at a roadside stop, locals enthusiastically asking for a photo with you, or a vendor just handing over a cup of sweet orange-infused coffee, the hospitality is deeply, deeply touching.
Section 4. The Pulse of Nasiriyah.
That incredible warmth brings us to our final stop, revealing a surprising and uplifting reality about Iraqi life after dark. Picture this. It is midnight, and the temperature is still 34 degrees Celsius.
But despite the lingering heat, there is this cool, gentle breeze rolling off the Euphrates River, providing an immense sensory relief after a day baking in the desert sun. It's actually the perfect weather to be outside.
And this brilliantly illustrates the massive contrast between the dead palaces we saw earlier and the living culture of today. At midnight, Nasiriyah is incredibly vibrant, it's safe, and it's totally family-friendly. You've got kids roller skating in the streets while selling tea, cafes completely packed with people laughing and talking, and locals casually fishing in the river under the moonlight. It completely shatters the stereotypes we talked about earlier. The streets are modern, highly organized, and bustling. There's a booming online food delivery economy with drivers zipping around picking up orders, supermarkets fully stocked with every flavor of soda imaginable, and barber shops that are wide open and busy with customers until 3 a.m. It's a city very much alive.
Bringing this thematic juxtaposition to its peak, we reach the core takeaway of our whole journey. The grand monuments of absolute rulers, no matter how much ego or absolute power built them, they all eventually turn to empty dust, silence, and graffiti. But the true endearing force of Iraq, it's the everyday people. They adapt, they show immense hospitality, and they just continue to thrive, work, and enjoy life.
Which leaves us with a pretty profound thought. We've walked through the empty ruins of civilizations that birthed human law, and we've stood in the crumbling palaces of modern dictators. Yet, the real pulse of the nation beats fiercely in its lively midnight markets and the resilient hearts of its people. So, while empires fall and palaces crumble, what will the next chapter of everyday Iraq look like?